Welcome to the weekly Select Painting announcement. Our second weekly. We have some good stuff for you today. And I'm going to start off with highlighting our vision and values. We're going to talk about excellence today, and I'm going to start with a little story. Danny Meyer was sitting at one of the tables of his then famous New York City restaurant, Union Square Cafe. One of his mentors in the restaurant business, Pat Sita, had come for an impromptu visit and pep talk. Meyer was 27 years old and struggling to run a fast-growing business. In particular, he was having trouble getting across his vision for excellence and holding his staff accountable for it. Sita is ready for this with the perfect metaphor. He asked Meyer to clear one of the tables and to put a salt shaker directly in the middle of one of them. Once he confirmed that Meyer had the shaker exactly where he wanted it, he moved it 3 inches to the left and instructed Meyer to put it back where he wanted it. This happened a couple more times, and then Sita delivered the punchline. Listen, Lava, your staff and your guests are always moving your salt shaker off center. That's their job. It's the job of their life. It's the law of entropy. Until you understand that, you're going to get pissed off every time someone moves a salt shaker off center. It's not your job to get upset. You just need to understand that's what they do. Your job is to move the shaker back each time and let them know exactly what you stand for. Let them know what excellence looks like to you. And if you're ever willing to let them decide where the center is, then I want you to give them the keys to the store. Just give away the effing restaurant. He has a few different parts to the metaphor. His leadership mantra is constant, gentle pressure. And you need all three aspects. If you are constantly gentle, but don't apply pressure where you need to, your team will lack the drive and passion for excellence. If you exert pressure gently, but not constantly, your team will get a mixed message and question whether or not excellence really matters to you. Finally, if you exert pressure constantly, but not gently, your team will burn out and quit, and you'll have a hard time attracting good employees, especially in today's society where your leadership is rated by your employees online for the world to see. This is for all of you. Even if you aren't a leader at Select Painting or a manager, your customers are going to move the salt shaker, your coworkers are going to move the salt shaker, and even your supervisor at times will move the salt shaker. Move it back, don't settle, be excellent. Next on our agenda is Tim and Drew are going to go over our bonus progress. These bonuses are for you, and we want you guys to know where you're at versus where the plan is. So go ahead, Tim.
Good afternoon, everybody. First in the repaint world, I wanted to cover the full-time bonus plan. Right now, where we are currently trending is about $9,000 behind plan. The rain hasn't helped. We are year over year trending very well. So there's a lot of it's easy to come back from that. We're not in a bad spot. Seasonal, where we are at after the first month is we're trending to $24,000 behind. Once again, we can catch up on that. We have a big plan. A lot of big numbers go into it, and we're making the right strides and doing the right things. The next couple weeks we're going to start to move in the right direction. Over to you, Drew.
All right, thanks, Tim. In the commercial world, we had a good week last week. We had a number of people putting in overtime to catch up with some of the projects that were a little bit behind. If you remember from last week, we were about $57,000 behind, and we made up ground this week. We are around $53,000 behind the plan. So we had a good week. We made a lot of good progress, a lot of hard work going in, and we're still behind, but we've got time to make it up. And if we continue with these kind of weeks, we will do that. Back to you, Nate.
Thanks for the update, guys. Tim is going to highlight one of our customer reviews.
Yes, I wanted to highlight the crew that finished the Hilton Garden Inn job down in Sioux City. Very large job. The customer gave us a perfect score, so 3 10s. It's a great job, crew. Good job. One of the comments that they said was what we have done well was great communication throughout the entire project. I appreciated that they reached out to me both at the beginning of the day to tell me what they worked on, and at the end of the day to tell me what they accomplished and their tentative plan for the following day. So great job, crew down there. Great job, Taylor Milan, leading that last fall and this spring. Communication was key in that job. They loved how well we communicated and updating them throughout the day, so they always knew what to expect. So great job, crew.
Awesome. Thanks for that, Tim. Drew is going to take it away with recognizing an employee in his division that has lived out our vision and values well and has just excelled. So go ahead.
All right. Our shout out this week goes to Doug Hendrickson. He worked on the Performing Arts Center for 18 months consecutively, driving an hour to Brookings every day and back. and yeah, he did a fantastic job during construction. Is super thrilled with the work that we did, and so I just want to give a shout out to Doug and say, way to go, Doug! Thanks for sticking it out and all the ups and downs. We really appreciate it. Great job.
That's awesome.
Very good. Matt?
I have a quick story about highlighting our customer experience. And our customer experience is focused around leaving a lasting impression. And so it was last week, I got a call from a customer we painted for in 2014. And we had a good relationship, but we had a couple bumps and bruises along the way. We resolved it, finished the job. It went pretty darn good. 4 years later, he's calling about a warranty deal. And it was, so we went over there, and one of the things I love the most is serving customers well and leaving them with a lasting impression. I think it goes a long way. And so he had a little warranty issue over a window. It was not a paint failure, it was a moisture issue. But we decided, we had the tools in the car, and he had to paint it. We had some caulk in the car, and we ended up just fixing it for him, painting it. It blended in perfectly. It took probably 10 minutes. And I had Jack Fitzgibbons with me, who's training on the sales assistant job. Anyway, 10 minutes with them, rekindled the relationship, fixed the problem, and he was a raving fan of Select Paintings for this simple gesture. And so the theme of it is a little thing can go a long way with somebody. And he wanted to leave us a Google review after this little 10-minute service project for his painting we did 4 years ago. So do the little things and go the extra mile for people.
Very good. Yeah. Tim?
Yeah. I wanted to highlight real quick Gordon Stewart. This is Gordon's last week as our recruiter. If you haven't met Gordon, so if you're new, I'm sure you probably all met him through some aspect of the recruiting process, but he embodies our vision and values. I feel like Gordon walks it out, he talks it out, and he is really a good example of that. So I wanted to just highlight him, say thank you for the last 5.5 months of just crazy awesome recruiting and setting us up with success this year. So great job, Gordon.
Yeah, thanks guys for highlighting. You're all doing a great job. We just wanted to take a little bit of time and recognize a few of the people that are living our vision and values. Tracy has a couple of reminders, some admin things. HR and finance manager, take it away.
Yeah, so I can't believe that it's already the end of May, so just as a reminder, this upcoming Monday is Memorial Day. So for any of our full-time year-round employees, you have been awarded holiday pay. You would already know that. You will be receiving holiday pay for Monday. It's in 8 hours. That does not count towards like overtime or anything. So if you are interested in working, whether you're in commercial or repaint, you are not obligated to work. The office is closed. Take the day, enjoy your family. But if you do want to work, please check in with your crew leader, and they will let you know if there is any work to be done, because some of you may want to be working. If you're not getting PTO, or even if you are, you can work twice and that'd be fine. So if you don't work, enjoy your weekend, 3-day weekend. Hopefully it'll be good weather. I don't think it'll be as warm as maybe some of us would like, but it should be good nonetheless. And then also wanted to talk to everyone about our transformed discipleship program. We're going to be talking a little bit about that here in our leadership meeting today, but want to just give a little call out to say if you are interested in participating or helping to facilitate discipleship, Christian discipleship within Select Painting, we do like a 10 to 12 week program during the summertime, and we're looking at different ways that we can do that well, and that what are the needs that you all have in your own lives and maybe in the lives of the people that you work with. So feel free to Slack me if you have any questions or comments about that. We'll have an announcement here in the future.
Awesome. Thanks, Tracy.
My pleasure.
Matt is going to end with our weekly trivia question.
I think the winner gets one of these. Here's the question. It is fun to look forward and what is to come. It is also fun to look back. And so the question, it's twofold. I don't know the rules of what exact question I can ask, so I just I made a twofold trivia question. So the closest on both answers is the winner.
Okay.
First year of Select Painting was 2006. It was a 19-year-old kid going door to door asking people if he could paint their house. Had no business experience, he had some painting experience, but just straight up put himself out there. The question is, how many painters were painting with Daniel Bruns, and Daniel being one of them, that first year in 2006, and how many houses did they paint?
Okay.
There you go. You can Slack me with your answer, and the winner will get a cafe gift card.
Closest to both numbers is the winner.
Yes, closest to both numbers.
We'll do a math thing.
Math.
Okay.
Calculation.
Equations, formulas.
I'll probably have to help with that with my
Yeah.
I need a calculator.
It'll be here. All right. Thanks, guys. Have a great week. See you next time.